I have a little riddle for you today. What has 405 horsepower? Drive mode selector wheel, gear pedals, and what else? It's finished off in black stone, and maybe with some accents of something cool. What do you think that is? Well, that is actually my new car. In just 1 hour, I will actually be picking up my new car. Finally, the day has arrived. Even though I haven't actually waited that long. Actually, just 2 weeks. But either way, in just 1 hour, I will be taking the handover of my my second hand, but new for me, Volvo. A huge day, delivery day. Oh, I'm super stoked. But before I will take you on the tour, because it's just over here at Volvo car Stor-Oslo at Økern. There the car are waiting for me. But before we're jumping over there, I will just take a quick recap on what cars I had and also what car I considered now. Before we are jumping over at Økern. So let's do a quick recap. It started back in 2012 when we purchased our first Volvo, the V40 D2 Momentum Flamenco Red, before jumping over to the V60 Ocean Race Blue D4 automatic. Awesome cars, brand new. And then the first SPA car, the XC90 D5 R-Design bursting blue with the full kit, before we went for the Fusion Red XC60 T8 inscription. Beautiful, all brand new. And then, after those 4 cars, we had a V60. That was actually a second hand. It was a diesel plug-in hybrid. Pretty awesome car, transition car before we got the real treat. S90. Finished off Onyx Black. Also brand new with the full kit, but we later got that wrapped in Vampire Red. Oh, that is definitely the best car I've ever had. So, had that for 2 years. Then jumping over to the XC40 Bursting Blue. That was a P8 full electric, short ownership. Before jumping over to a V60 T6 inscription in denim blue. Also second hand. Both of these 2 cars were bought second hand. And after the V60, then I got myself a S60 T8 Polestar engineer, bright silver, previous press car to Volvo car Norway, that I previously had driven myself. That had only driven like 9,000 kilometers when I bought it, and 3,000 of them I had driven. So for me it was brand new. That one got wrapped in the crazy two-faced wrap. Probably the best driver's car. It is the best driver's car I've ever had, but the S90 are the best in overall. And then, after the S60, I went over to the XC40 Recharge Twin, model 24, fjord blue metallic. But last Sunday, I handed that one over to its new owners. So now I'm here without a car. Well, I have this one, but this is a press car from Volvo car Norway that I only have this week. Because later today, I'm driving down to visit Volvo cars behind the scene at the Volvo cars factory. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel to see more of that tour. But, as I said, handover. When I sold my XC40, I wasn't quite sure what car I should go for. And I can quickly now talk about the cars I considered. I looked at a C40, model 23. I looked at the 22 and a 23. And the 23 I actually test drove. Pretty wicked car, and it looked the bomb. Really, really wicked. With 21-inch alloys, fully painted, and also it had tailored wool. Later on, that wool got a deeper clean, so now it's more presentable. But that was a strong contestant. And then I had 2 S90s back in Bergen at my dealer Fornebu Bilcenter. One R-Design, one inscription. It was bright silver with the amber interior, and we had crystal white with the charcoal black interior. Black one with both of them with the ventilated seat with massage, Bowers & Wilkins air suspension, the full kit. But both of those 2 cars had the same fault, in my opinion. They weren't valid for the Volvo Select warranty, because those two cars were leasing cars, and the owners of those two cars, or the users, they hadn't followed a simple thing as a service schedule. And when you don't follow the service schedule, then it's not suitable for the Volvo Select warranty. They could give me an extra warranty at another company, Car Pro or something, but I want the Volvo Select. So for me, that was the biggest trigger for me saying, no, that's not for me. Even though a S90 would be wicked. I also considered a Polestar 2 Performance 24 model. Found it on the website. It was kind of priced high at 599,000 kroners. And just 2 days before, a brand new 24 model with also Performance and Pilot and Plus were for sale in Bergen at 609. So I quoted Polestar because it was Polestar Automotive that sold it. Where is this car located? Can I come and watch it? I want to see it before considering to purchase it. And via the chat system, Polestar support didn't know where the car was. So I want to see it. Yeah, then you have to reserve it. Say, I don't want to reserve it. I just want to look at it. Yeah, but you have to reserve it to look at it. And I don't know where it is. And in order to reserve it, you have to pay a deposit. So you have to pay a deposit to look at the car you're considering to buying. That is also priced. And that, by the way, that car had driven 17,000 kilometers. So it wasn't brand new. So I thought maybe 550 are a more correct price. But Polestar support didn't know where the car was. They wanted me to pay a deposit just to look at it. So yeah. Once again, I'm struggling with the communication with Polestar. It's much more easier to communicate with Volvo with a sales rep at dealerships. So luckily, Polestar will eventually go into dealerships now with a new sales strategy. But sadly, that Polestar fold off for me. I love Polestar 2, pretty wicked car. But no, not this time. But then, by a chance, one of the last days I was driving my XC40, I stopped by Volvo car Økern on the way home from work. Okay, I'm gonna stop by, just look. I had control on what they had in stock, but I just, let's drop in and say hello. And the sales guy on new car, it's called Thomas. He said, yeah, you have sold your car? I said, yes. What you have now? No, in 2 days I have nothing. And he said, well, yesterday there was a girl coming in with her car in exchange for a new car. And that car was pretty wicked. I was like, no, are you kidding me? I have to go watch it. So we instantly grabbed the sales rep from second-hand cars, walked down to the car. I was like, damn. And Bowers & Wilkins, gear pedals, drive mode selector, styling kit, tow bar, tinted windows, sunroof, laminated windows, also the leather wrap dashboard. This is just created for me, my God. And on 4 years, it had only driven 40,000 kilometers. So averaging 10,000 kilometers each year. I saw that just 2 days before handing over my own car. Just like, okay, we had a little chat. And then I said, okay, I'm going for that one. As said, as done. So let's jump over to Volvo car at Stor-Oslo Økern and watch it. I'm really stoked for this. So yeah, to be continued. So here it is, my new car, S60 T8 Polestar engineered. I'm actually recording this video a couple of days later because at delivery day, after we had driven out, the sky was just pouring out rain. So yeah, and also had a pretty busy schedule that day, traveling to Volvo Cars Sweden. So we have to do the outro today. Today is Sunday, the 16th. But here we have it, my new car, S60 T8 Polestar engineered. And Polestar engineered, what does that mean? If you don't know it, we have forged alloys, we have adjustable Økern suspension, both front and rear, upgraded brakes. On the S in V60, it is Brembo brakes, but on the XC60, it's Akebono. But here we have Akebono. We have a lot of golden accents, Swedish gold, a different chassis tuning. So, Polestar engineer. We also have a aluminium stropper under the hood. And I've actually previously owned a S60 T8 Polestar engineer that was wrapped, my two-faced. But as you see, yeah, I kind of missed it too much. So when this dropped in at Volvo Cars Stor-Oslo Økern and I got the wind of it, we were just running down. My pulse was just increasingly because they said it's good equipped or it's well equipped. I was just like, oh, does it tick all the boxes? And it definitely just crushed the scale. As you may see, we have the exterior styling kit. Side sails, rear and front flares, 20-inch alloys, but the interior, definitely the best. Since this is a model 20, I got gear pedals on the steering wheel. Finally, we still have the drive mode selector wheel, and I also have this net on the side of the console. Things that Volvo have removed during the cost savings strategy. And it's also fully decked out. So we got the sunroof, we got the leather wrapped dashboard, panoramic Bowers & Wilkins. We got laminated windows. This one has it all. Tinted windows, tow bar. There's nothing that this car doesn't have. And the juicy part, it has only driven 37,000 kilometers on 4 years. That is less than 10,000 average per year. So we got a lot of miles to cover still within the warranty. So this has a lot of potential to I can just drive and drive, because I drive really much. But with this low mileage and still 4 years, I have a lot of catching up to do without coming in risk of losing the Volvo warranty. 7 years, 150,000 kilometers. So I'm going to drive this. Another thing that made this car extra appealing were actually the asking price for this car. And that made me just completely ignore all the other cars I had considered. Because at the first day I saw it, they didn't have the price ready, because they had just the day before taken it in. So they hadn't a price ready. But I had a thought on what I thought this was worth, given the mileage, the state it was in, the equipment, and also the car itself in this market in Norway. We are EV hungry or EV crazy here in Norway, so this falls out of that. It's not electric, it's also not an SUV, it's not a wagon, and it's also the performance version of a sedan. So it's a very niche market. But I have owned one myself, so I know it's very niche. So I had a thought. This is the price I'm willing to pay. And when I got the price just over the weekend on Monday, it was actually priced just like 20,000 less than what I thought it was going to be priced at, given the conditions it was in. It had a lot of scratches and superficial things, because this is not a metallic paint, so it's really vulnerable for you just walking by it or just looking at it wrong. It would just be a scratch there. So they polished it off, but the price was actually quite good. The only thing I wanted to add are, firstly, tires. I had a list of things I wanted to add. Firstly, tires. Yes, it wasn't necessary. The car had only driven 37,000 on 4 years, but the tires were almost 5 years old. So now I got my new Nokian's Hakka Black 245/35/20s. So a brand new set of summer tires. The previous owner also didn't have winter tires on this car. Maybe she hadn't even driven it on winter. So we had to order a new set of 19-inch Polestar original with Nokian Hakka Pelita studded tires. I won't even talk about the price of those. But yeah, I have to have winter tires. I'm gonna drive this on winter, so I don't care. Winter tires is a must-have. So yeah, I added new summer tires, complete new set of winter tires. I also added new floor mats, brand new rubberized floor mats, and also rubberized fabric and rubber. These are fabric, and here we have rubber and fabric. A new mat in the cargo area. And the last thing I added, let's see, tires, mats. I added because little fun thing. Let's see if I can find all the keys. Since this is a model 20, just give me a second. They came with, let's see if I can get this in frame here. They got this leather wrapped key fob. Weirdly enough, the owner, because you get 2 leather wrapped key fobs. The previous owner, where did I put it, had removed the leather wrapped key fob and placed on this linear walnut key fob cover. I hope the picture turns out good. Linear walnut. This was on when I first saw the car. It was like 1 leather wrapped and 1 linear. I was like, what the heck is this thing? This is really, really beautiful, but S60 Polestar engineer. For my taste, this wasn't. So I asked, could you order a new one? Sadly, the new one are plastic shit, leather, and this plastic thing. You can't get this leather anymore, apparently. But either way, it's better than the EX30 key. So here is the EX30, plastic, fantastic, no buttons. At least it is a proper key tag. So that was also a thing I added. Get all down in my pocket. But that means I have this beautiful linear walnut key fob cover that I don't need. I don't need this. It's not appropriate to this car. So I'm actually going to give this away. There's only a couple of, 2 criteria maybe. You have to live in Norway, so I can just ship this easily, hassle-free for me, because you will get this completely free. You have to live in Norway, and you have to have an appropriate car to have this cover. I'm talking S90, V90, XC90 inscription with the linear walnut decor inlay. The only thing you have to do is send me a message on Instagram, like direct message, with a picture of your car and also a picture of your interior, so I can see that you actually have linear walnut. And then you will get this completely free, because I don't need it. It's beautiful, but yeah, Polestar engineer, walnut. I'm not sorry. So that was the things I added: tires, mats, key tag. Yeah, that was basically it. But since it is black, I have to think of what to go next. In regards to specific modifications, I have some extra lights fit at home, standby L54 backup lights. Probably going to fit those really soon, at least until September, October-ish, before the dark season arrives. We will probably see some extra lights. I'm not sure. I'm just planning in my head, and I'm also considering getting it wrapped. I'm not sure what color though. I've had a red S19. Yeah, the Vampire S90, and I've also had the two-faced S60 Polestar engineer. Same car, black and this energetic yellow, more like gold. Honestly, I actually wish I took the whole car in gold, because that color was just freaking wicked. But now I'm thinking, should I go purple? Should I go green? Yeah, blue. Maybe blue, like bursting blue, matte-ish. Or maybe like a dark purple or dark green. I'm not sure. Drop a comment down below what you would like to see. But yeah, so this is my new car. Volvo 20 S60 T8 Polestar engineer. On the windy Fornebu. Holy crap. Now it's time to end this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be dropping it in just a couple of hours on my YouTube. Just home, quick edit. So yeah. Hope you will enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye bye.